Notary. We're coming to you live around 5. It's Friday. You made it. You did it. Tonight's topic is your conduct is your character. And what inspired this is that part of what we do in our loan signing agency is we provide exceptional first rate customer service. And a lot of the times that means dealing with people whose conduct isn't always fantastic. So, how can we make sure that ours is, right? Today we had 6 closings. On Monday we have 3. And in our business, it's especially important to always conduct yourself as if what you say and do could be seen on the front page of your local newspaper. Have you ever heard that from a mentor or a family member? I think this goes for your personal life too. I think it's really important. All of us get snarky. Maybe not you, but me for sure. All of us get snarky, right? All of us want to gossip sometimes, even though we know we shouldn't, and we can pull back from that sometimes. But I want us to kind of strive for this, right? Strive for our conduct being our character, strive to walk away from gossip, strive to not put ourselves in conflict with someone when it's really not necessary, because anything you say or do could end up on the front page of a newspaper. And especially as a notary public, it's really important to make sure that you're always following every guideline, every rule of your state, your Secretary of State, to the rule, to the T, to the minute, to the second. And none of us are perfect, but we can also kind of have a little reminder in our hearts, right? That this is something we can all work on as people. I certainly can. One year I had that as one of my top 5 goals for the year, was to gossip less, because I felt like I had kind of gotten into a bad rhythm with a couple of friends where I was doing that. And I knew it wasn't the right way to be. And I knew it wasn't good for me. And it certainly wasn't appropriate. So I pulled back on that. And I can tell you, I'm happier for it, right? It's not that I have a spotless record, but knowing that you want to present yourself and you uphold the qualities and the important values that you have when you can at all costs, that's the most important thing. And that when you slip, you catch yourself and you kind of work your way back. But what do you do when someone is truly irritating you? When their conduct is not representative of character, right? When someone's really getting your goat, because that's normally the kernel of where a lot of this starts. You're like, I cannot believe that blah, blah, blah did such and such. I'm about to lose my mind. Today, I had a couple of really interesting interactions with people in my professional work where I was just like, wow, so rude and inappropriate and illegal. So, no, and no, and no. And that's going to happen from time to time. They weren't anybody that I work with, thank goodness, on a regular basis, but it was just someone that was in the office. And it was like, whoa, like, let's check this before we wreck this. And one of the things I thought to share with you tonight are some quick tips for dealing with that. And the first thing is to remember your role, to stay in your lane. Fortunately, today, my role had nothing to do with correcting this person or making sure that they were doing the right thing. They were kind of asking around something, and I was just a witness to it. And I was able to just stay in my role and realize it's absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm not somebody that should be involved in this conversation. I'm going to put in my earbuds, in fact, and just remove myself from the situation. But what if you can't do that? What if it's something that you really are involved with and you're kind of stuck with? And I would say communicate as appropriately as possible. I'm understanding, I must be misunderstanding you, because I know you would never do anything like this. For a minute, I thought you were saying you were suggesting this, and we know that's not right. So I'm sure that's not what you're suggesting. I'm thinking what you need is that. So maybe we could get there by this method, right? So there's lots of ways that we can help in communication around that. We can also just be direct with someone that maybe we have a conflict. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a relative, right? It doesn't have to be at work. It can be you've got a group of 5 people and one of them drives you bonkers and you drive them bonkers and everybody knows it. And communicating like, hey, I know we can irritate each other, but I really value your friendship and I really care about you. And I think it's because I'm an extrovert and you're an introvert or whatever, but I just want you to know that I want this to work well and I value you. And I'm sorry if you feel in any way disrespected by what I said or did. That was not my intention. And I really want to work this out with you, right? Just direct, honest conversation and communication. There might be something you need to let go of. Have you ever had that experience where you're holding on to something? I remember when my girls were little-ish, there would be years to go by, and one of them would say, aha, Did you borrow my shirt like you did like in the fourth grade? Like, how do you even remember to hold that grudge from the fourth grade? Is there something that just clicked in your mind where you were like, yeah, I'm holding on to stuff that's just not helpful, right? It doesn't help you, it doesn't help them. And it's probably more about what you need to work on than them. For them, I think it was just normal sibling stuff, but that's an example of we can let that go, right? And then there may be something that you can focus on that is good. If there's a position that you have, a friendship that you have, a relationship that you have, that's like 90% awesome, but they're always late. 90% awesome, but you realize that they're not pulling their weight at work in their job and it's kind of affecting you. There's ways to deal with that that aren't constant harping on it, right? Your character is your conduct. And so your ability to be professional, to let those things go, to communicate about them, to recognize your own lane are really significant. But at the end of the day, you should never hate what you do. You shouldn't hate your work. And so if you need to stop working with a particular closing company or you're looking to just get out of your work altogether, whatever you do, I would like to suggest that you create multiple income streams because that alone can take the pressure off and make all the difference. When you know, I don't have to make this work. I want to be here. I've got four other opportunities that are all going to work, but I want to be here. I like what I'm doing here. And so I'm committed to working this out. It changes the game. And the coolest one to me is, of course, affiliate marketing, which is why I've connected the free training here in the link. Affiliate marketing is as simple as saying this magic mouse from Mac. It's the bee's knees. I love it. Love the magic mouse. Thought it was a ripoff when I got my Mac. Not a ripoff. Totally awesome. I'm not precious with it. I'm not delicate with it. It works all the time. I adore it. If you want a magic mouse too, link in the profile or link below. It's that simple, right? Affiliate marketing done the wrong way would be me saying, this is the best remote control in the whole world. Go get this remote control. And the remote control doesn't work. And it broke the first time I used it, or I never even used it. That's nothing we would recommend because your character is your conduct and your conduct is your character. So this is an example where stay-at-home moms, if you have a hobby, it would work really well if you're like, well, what would I ever share through affiliate marketing? I just love to do art. Well, you could share the best art supplies that you find. You could share the best paintbrushes, the best easel, the least expensive thing, cool art stuff for kids, art classes that you know about, right? So it's just authentically you. And that's why we love it so much. So this training is free. It's about an hour long. No biggie if you're not interested, but just remember, all of us can be working to be better about our character, being our conduct. I hope your night is light and easy. I can't wait to see you back here again Monday live around 5. And I hope your weekend is incredible. Stay safe and